Hello and welcome to another craft adventure. This time I'm gonna try to recreate stained glass. I have an old small greenhouse, those that you can find in Ikea, that I found on a thrift store a while ago. And I have some glass paint and some puff paint that I'm gonna try to use to make the divisions. I'm gonna use some designs to try to trace it and also freehand it. I don't want it to be too busy because it's supposed to be in a windowsill and I don't want it to be a lot of information, a lot of stimuli in one place. So let's see how it goes. Follow along. So I started by choosing the designs and tracing them on the acrylic, and I actually used my cutting board to make the squares of the panels. After taping the designs, I traced it with a marker pen, but if I were to do it again, I would choose another color. I used the green one and it bled a little bit when I used the transparent color later in the project, so keep that in mind.
One eternity later.
So here's the progress so far. I am midway. I used some white to do the divisions and some black to kind of try to divide the window panels. I'm not entirely sure I'm convinced. I'm gonna continue with the black with the designs, see if I like it. Okay, here we are. The tracing is done, so kind of halfway through. She's not perfect, she's not symmetrical, but who is? Mistakes were made, Q-tips were used, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna leave it just the front for now, and then if I want to, I can add the sides. Right now, I'm actually not mad about the black division in the middle. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do something else later, maybe a double. I'll think about it while this dries. I'm not gonna touch it, leave it alone, and we'll come back to painting.
The next day.
I'm not sure where we left off, but we are finalizing, just adding some details with transparent glue so that it looks more old glass. We are done with the transparent glass part. Took me a while. Now just let it dry and then we move on to the reveal. She's done. It took more or less over a week because I have my normal job as well, so I was doing this in my free time. Mostly the time it took to dry out was a bit long, materials wise. So the greenhouse I had thrifted a while ago, so it has been waiting for me to take on this project for I want to say a year. I have used it without being painted though, but right now it was in a waiting room. The puff paint that was from Flying Tiger, I also thrifted, also a very long time ago, already thinking about this project. The glass paints, most of them, they are probably from like the 90s. They were from my parents. So some of them were a bit dry and like hard to work with, but I love that they were still holding up. I did buy 1 or 2 colors just because I really like the tint and I want to try this project a bit more. The transparent glue has some spots still that are a bit white. I am not entirely sure they're gonna dry, but we'll see. I started by putting the glue in every single square and you see this in the video, and then I realized that it was gonna get transparent, so there was no problem in going over the puff paint limits, the little squares, and that made it so much easier. It really is a work smarter, not harder moment. The designs I just found online, tried to trace it. I mean, it was a good experience. I can't lie and say that I'm not eager to just do this effect in every single glass adjacent surface. Thank you so much for following along, and see you on the next one.